Kyle here from All Media Reviews. All Media Reviews Prague, whatever you want to call it, blog. I added that onto my name and see if that does anything, because I noticed some other channels that just did that. So I'm here to do another Kevin Gilbert Thud track, the fourth one, because I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. If I can get this done over the maybe next month. I don't know. So this is beat track number 4, Waiting. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's also, there's obviously the standard version, and then the vinyl included the bonus disc, the other version. But that's also on, I believe it's the same, the other version that's on here, on the 20th anniversary. And of course, then there's also an acoustic version, Thud Acoustic, and Thud Alternate. There's only one on this, I believe. Yep, automated mix. That's what I should be referring to. The automated mix. No, there's 2 versions on here. That's why. That's why I was getting thrown off by this. I may not have reviewed all of these. My apologies, but I guess at this point, for the sake of time... No, I did. I have 2, I guess. Yeah, okay. It's getting a little thrown off. I mean... So the standard version is like 5:06, 5 minutes and 6 seconds. And by the way, the lyrics that are on Spotify, and at least 1 or 2 of their lyric sites, not the right lyrics. Porcupine Tree has a song called Waiting. And there's another band I want to say that has a song called Waiting that I'm forgetting. So the title Waiting might have been one of those other ones. It'll probably come to me later. The Deer Hunter, maybe? I forget. But okay, so there's the other version, so there's 2 versions of this. So I just went over that. Anyway, Waiting. Let me just talk about the song Waiting. I've always liked Waiting, but I never was like floored by it. Even though after growing, the Thud as a whole grew on me, I always kind of liked it. I mean, it's probably not my least favorite song on Thud, but it's not maybe even in the upper half. It's sort of in the middle. There's a few lines on it, though, lyrics that I frequently just continue to appreciate and enjoy the observational element to them. And I'll say among all 4 of these versions, unlike some of the other songs I've reviewed now and going forward, the lyrics are pretty much the same. I don't think there's really any difference between all the different versions, but just to go over a couple of the lyrics, though, that stand out to me, have stood out over time. I'm waiting through the middle just to see how it will end. I love that line. I'm waiting for the show to start, the one I paid to see. Yes, totally relatable. Waiting around, waiting for the band to start, waiting for whatever, the movie to start, waiting for something in terms of time, not like waiting for plan, like it's in a few months or a few years. I'm waiting for the Mafia to make this song a hit. Yes, of course. The metaphors for the word Mafia can be used with many different things, different meanings. I'm waiting for my heroes to tell me what to dream. I've always enjoyed that line. Even though, the things about heroes is like, role models. You should figure out what to dream. You shouldn't be necessarily relying on other people you can figure it out on your own. But anyway, people like to be inspired. So the truth is, about all 4 or 5 of these versions, there's not that much difference on them. I mean, there are a few differences, but I wrote some stuff down. I mean, I can tell. Okay, so like on the standard version, they begin with an opening part with the drums and a guitar riff. And the chorus, the vocals are softly chanted. By comparison with the other version that's on this and the vinyl from 2015, and then I want to say also on Thud Alternate, Kevin does the verses. Or the chorus actually. I'm waiting for love to come or whatever. He yells it. He kind of yells it. He not like terribly yell. He's not doing punk screaming, but he put a lot of emphasis and effort into those verses, and that stands out. That's one thing that stands out from the standard version to the other version and the version that's on the alternate, or one of them at least. Well, see, that's it. There's two mixes. That's what it is. The other version mix 2 versus the other version that's on here. So that's why I was kind of hearing double with some of these. Um, so the other kind of cool thing about like the acoustic version, I really like that's on Thud Acoustic. Even though it's a little shorter, the vocals are not quite as subdued as on the standard version, and he kind of sounds tired, sarcastic in a way, but it doesn't bug me. But it leads to the yelling. And you also have, I think it's NDV doing "I'm Waiting" that repeated after he sings that line. "I'm waiting." It's not Kevin. I believe it's NDV, Nick DiVirgilio. So what else? The one thing is, I know on the other version, probably both quote unquote other versions. So the version on the on this, and then on one of the versions on here, the other version on here. Kevin, there's like distortion on his vocals throughout, which is a different effect. I kind of like that actually. Yeah, I mean, the acoustic version and would be, I believe, at least one of the versions on Thud Alternate, maybe both. Kind of just end, like, especially the acoustic version, they just end, sort of like Pull Me Under. They're doing some hand drums and doing some shakers, and then it ends, that like, he does the waiting, he does that on, I believe, on the standard version on Thud, and he does it on one of these other versions. I believe it's the other version, but like the acoustic he doesn't, so he kind of changed that a little bit, from a vocal standpoint. There's electric guitar on some of this, including the acoustic version. Thud Acoustic has some electric guitar. Some of the harmonies are a little different. But yeah, I mean, it's again, it's a little bit like when you Give the Love to Me, it kind of had a similar thing where the variations weren't that much, a little bit, but I mean not as dramatic. I was thinking that Waiting was one of the ones that when I was listening to this a couple of years ago, and then when I first got it, like, wow, this is so much different. But no, I'm thinking of probably a couple of the other songs. I think I'm thinking of Shrug and, but anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to say there's not as much dramatic differences in the versions of Waiting compared to some of the other songs in these different versions of Thud. Still a good song. I mean, the lyrics, again, the messages are great. It kind of speaks to sort of, this is what I'm waiting for. When's it going to happen? Still love it. Still, it's Kevin. It's off of Thud. But I mean, from a standpoint of like, okay, understanding all the differences, it's not as much as some of these other ones. But it's still somewhat. There's still some differences if you've never heard them, if you wanted to hear the different versions of the songs on Thud. You still do get a little bit of variation on Waiting, but you get more variation on more of the other tracks. So that's Waiting. The next one is T for One of the slower ballad songs, which, I should just go over. There's a standard, then the 20th anniversary has, looks like 3 versions. Demo mix number 1, the sax mix, and then instrumental. And then Thud Alternate has an alt bass mix. So, I went through actually a couple weeks ago when I was, going through the next one, and then I was not making videos. I went through and listed all the different versions on my notes here, so I don't have to do all that legwork from now going to the end. But including, and I put folders on my laptop here, including Kashmir, and then Waking the Sun, Until I Get Her Back, and the extras, Miss Broadway and Big Heart. I'll probably do at least one video or maybe multiple videos on those extras. But anyway, that's it for Waiting from Thud, number 4. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, leave a comment, give it a like, ring the notification bell, and we'll see you next time.